So hey, here's something that I found which is really convenient when you're on your travels with Eau de Parfum. Um, I'm referring to Eau de Parfum since for someone who can reasonably afford perfume, this is the top of the range. But that being said, reasonable is relative. Perfumes can go up to like 70, £80 if it's Eau de Parfum and it's a good one. And these are the ones that are the most longer lasting of all of the tiers of the perfume. So the grandeur is Eau de Parfum, and from there on forth, from 70, £80 price band, they can go up to 300, 400, £500 or thousands of pounds, even more so. But I know for the gym, I had this in my gym bag, and of course it's inconvenient because I sometimes leave my gym bag in the car or in another room, and I can't find it. And I really like this one when I'm out and about, to be able to put on. So I've ordered one of these from eBay. And the reason I got this particular one is because of the method that it allows you to put the perfume in. Just move that out of the side. I had to take the lid off, and I'll explain why. So what it essentially does is, of course, it's got the spray feature on it that you just press and it will spray. But if I was to take it apart, which it should have come out quite simply, but maybe because I've put it in, I've forced it in too much, which is a good thing if you don't want it to come off. Now it's stuck. Okay, so apologies for that. I mean, you do need to put a little bit of force in it, so I had to stand up and just pull it out. So as you can see from here, this is the whole bottle that you put it in. But it's this locking feature that is important, because this locking feature allows the residue liquid not to fall out from the bottom, because that's where you're going to fill it in. You can see here you've got this little tube feature which has a hole in it, and of course its purpose is to put the liquid into there. But you think, well, how am I going to get the liquid into this bottle if there's no other features, because it's going to spill everywhere? And this is where I suppose the clever mechanism of it works. So if I've unlocked it, then what you'd have to do, I'd force this one off because it had a really good cover on it. This is a type of this is a particular one from Oman. It was a gift to me, so I damaged the cupping on it of the bottle whilst attempting to take it off, which is obviously not recommended if you want a nice looking bottle hanging around the house. So that is something that you'd have to be conscientious about. And it was like that on top, and I could have taken that off, but if I ended up damaging this part, which is probably the most important mechanism of the bottle, then I'd be in trouble, right? Because I won't be able to spray properly and I have to get a replacement for that. So yeah, executive decision, damaged this part more so than here. And of course it does come with a really good cover, so if it's in the house and I want it to look presentable, then that part is actually covered, I guess. So that was the reasonings why I thought, okay, I can somewhat cause some damage, as you can see, whilst I'm attempting to pull this off. And it might have been because of over the years, it's just kind of like got itself stuck, and I can feel some kind of liquid residue, almost like a stickiness on there that may have dried up over time, when I have, well, however long I've had it for. Okay, so going back to this very simple mechanism, I don't know if you can hear it click. Turning it on clicks. Okay, then of course supposedly you're supposed to just put it on there. I've tried it on another bottle, and you keep doing the pump action. And I don't know if you've seen that very closely. I'll bring it closer to the camera. It is starting to fill up. Keep going. And I guess it's working similar to what the effect that you would get on a syringe. But the pump action feature obviously is convenient. Then turning it upside down, and liquid will, fall out everywhere, and you're losing, unnecessary perfume. Oops, you can see I am starting to lose some actually. So maybe there is limitation of how much you should be pumping in, and of course what could be a limitation. But you can see I have lost a little bit there, which not ideal, but nonetheless it's happened. And that's open, and that's locked it, and it's locked now. And of course it's why waste the perfume, right? Now talk about wastage and spillage on the table. There is significant amount of spillage on the table, so I think that is something to be concerned about. Just get it everywhere, and I'll put that back. And so, but it wasn't terrible, but it beats the other types of bottle. Obviously you've got to kind of like pour it in, take the lid off, and then pour it in through a funnel, which of course is not a terrible thing to do, but it's the locking mechanism really that's keeping it tight. So that's sealed really tight, so you can't have leakage from there, and this locking mechanism really kind of locks it down to prevent any spillage coming out through the bottom, and it's unlikely it's going to come out through the hole. So compared to other versions, the most important thing is, I guess, is the spillage. It is plasticky, so you have to bear in mind when you're carrying it with you, and any kind of unnecessary pressure could cause it to crack, but you do get a cover for it, so that's obviously another element of protection on it. I put it in there, and then you can hear the spray happen, and that's absolutely fantastic. It's done. You can pick these up for eBay for a few quid. I think I got 3 of them, maybe £15 or something maybe, so absolute bargain. And getting 3 meant I could put different versions in each one. Of course they may have to be labelled in order for me to know which is which, but nonetheless, if you've got some good perfumes, then you can go with whichever you want. Thank you.